Hello, hello. Welcome again to another episode of Creative Minds. I know it's been about 2 weeks. Sorry about that, y'all. We had a couple little, vacation time as we would call it. So
Yeah,
glad to have everybody back. Emilio, Gerard, how y'all been? Miss y'all, man. What's been going on? Go ahead, Gerard.
Hey, I know it's been 2 weeks. Yeah, really been. It feels like it's been forever. So we're glad to be back. And I know we have met like a few times, here and there. But having this energy right here, it's really different. So glad to be back, and hopefully you vacation.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's glad to have everybody back. Emilio, what's been new, man?
yeah, man. Same, man. Just good to be back right here, man. Another week strong. Back like we never left.
For sure, for sure. So, y'all, we got a couple good little topics and updates for everybody. I think we took some of the stuff out. As far as the market, so we got a couple, market. Man, I guess it looks like it looked like how it was 2 weeks ago. It really hadn't changed. As I've seen, it's just been going up and down, up and down. Nothing really hard drops. Uh, I think the Fed's been dropping. I mean, raising the interest rate. So you're starting to see some of your savings accounts kind of jump back up to that, 0.75 interest rate, for the whole year. Or some of your newer banks are giving out that 1% interest for the year. Um, all these good kind of updates. But as far as like the housing prices, those interest rates on those loans, you're not going to find that 1% no more. Now you're going to be in the range of 2.5 to anywhere from like 3.5. So if the time to buy a house, that time is probably gone now. You got to get in where you fit in now. 2.5, that's going to be the minimum at least. Um, Emilio, I know you're out there in Cali. What kind of interest rates you guys seeing out there? Is kind of the same thing.
Honestly, I haven't really seen the market. I don't know. It just is moving up. These things are getting more expensive. Gentrification is going and happening everywhere now. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Especially in downtown areas, everything's getting pushed out. So everywhere just keeps getting up, man. Any home that used to be in a range of the 500,000, they're almost at a million now. So it's like we're talking about like 700,000. So things move up. You know what I mean? So and then you know how it goes with the markets, man. Everything goes up and it goes back down, so it fluctuates everywhere you go.
Hmm. That's crazy. Yeah, yeah. And once those homes get sold and they're bought up by like the upper class rich, like they aren't going to be sold at all. They're not going to be flowed back down. Probably rental property or
Yeah,
sold among friends, family, stuff like that if they want to sell it. But
yeah,
yeah, once those houses get gobbled up, it's over with.
yeah. Even there's even like what's happening in Inglewood with
Mhm.
with the new stadium, with the SoFi Stadium, the new Clipper Stadium. So everything from those stadiums being built, everything around it is gonna be end up suffering because everything's gonna go up. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So they're having like these new what do you call it, like they're like outlets in a way, I guess you want to
Yeah.
call it. So they have this new shopping center that's being built. So everything around there. I remember when I spoke to somebody from the 99 cent store, you know what I mean, and that's a big, store, and they had to move because their rent was going up. So if you think about something like that that has to move, I mean, you tell that everybody's going to be affected by it. You know what I mean? Somehow, one way, shape, or form. So
Yeah. That is absolutely crazy, especially how quickly everything is going up, and everything going up except for paychecks. Dry, how you feel about these new developments?
From my end, really, I do see it just the same way as you guys, right? I mean, things are changing. The rates are going up. That's definitely going to show everybody that's out there because they're going to get more and more expensive. I mean, we can look at just the price of gas. I have seen the craziest memes ever on social media where you see people riding their bikes at station probably just because of the price of gas. But all right, changing the stock market, fluctuating. Everything is just unpredictable right now. Some people feel that there is a recession that's coming. Quite a few people are seeing quite a lot of layoffs, right? A lot on LinkedIn, on social media. So definitely, some tightening of in so many places, in so many ways. So that could be just, an indication of bigger changes that are coming down the line. So everybody just needs to be prudent. People just need to be much more careful. Probably this is the best time we hold as much cash as much as possible because with the recession, when things go up in price, again, just like what you said, you're Brian, check not changing, costs going up, and so people just need to be much more prudent.
Yeah, I agree. This is right here is kind of like a good time to be building like a cushion for you. Uh, again, the stock market, yes, is kind of going up and down. It's a little steady. But I wouldn't be getting into any risky projects, new startup companies, stuff like that. Hard bets, I wouldn't be doing it right now. I'll just kind of wait to the market, whether or not we go into a recession or things just kind of stay the same. But no matter what, the prices are going up, and people are, experiencing that. People are losing jobs. You know, prices is just going up everywhere. The stock market, I can't even tell you some places where I wouldn't even put my money at, but there are a couple updates that are coming out. Like again on the 6th of June, we got we talked about this about 2 weeks ago about Amazon stock split, and they're doing the 20 for one. So that's happening on the 6th. So if you got your shares already on the 6th, I think by the end of the close, everything will split, and so you'll have basically the price will be divided by 20, and then you'll have, I think the share price is down like $2,600, something like that. So everybody have a big pot, and if you're a new investor, you can finally get you a piece of Amazon. It may be around maybe 100, $120 or something like that around that point. But I'm gonna try to get into it because I don't think nothing has affected Amazon business aside from inflation. But more than anything, the business is sound. They even putting people in space for God's sake. So I don't know. And then,
Absolutely.
go ahead, Dre.
No, no, no. I just agree with you that Amazon looks solid. When we look at the digital space, when we look at the trends, when we look at the way people are spending or people are changing lifestyle, when COVID came around, but it was basically confirmed. Probably the easiest way to even get something was to or deliver, right? So anything that has to do with e-commerce, just in general, it for quite some time. So, but people always need to do the research. Okay? Do your research, right? Try to see what might fit your portfolio better before you put your money into anything. You definitely want to make sure
Yep.
you have done your due diligence because again, what we are saying here for the most part is speculations. We we are basically reading the market from our point of view. We are it from my point of view. I think that e-commerce, definitely is a solid place to look into how things are going, and that also comes with the electric, with the EV, electric, renewable energy as a whole. So renewable energy and e-commerce. I think from my perspective, those are two bets, that I'll always probably rely on, right? Besides the ETF.
Absolutely. I believe the EV bets are, I still think it's kind of maybe a couple years down the road when they fully take off as far as, charging stations, electric cars. But as far as right now, if y'all notice, y'all watch any of any car commercials, they ain't talking about no gas vehicles no more. It's like they ain't never even created it. It's all electric.
Yeah.
We got the new electric SUV, truck,
Yeah.
motorcycle, probably. There are no gas guzzling vehicles anymore. Everything's all electric. So that's a long. That I still look at that as a long term bet. But you know, there is a way you can probably possibly make some money out of this. I believe it's going to be some good games. Possibly selling some call options as we discussed in this video. Man, I haven't sold a call option in about 2 months. When the market. Yeah, it's just no profit in it right now. Only a couple dividend plays. That's about it, man. It's
Yeah.
real quiet money. Uh, yeah, Miller, you been seeing anything in the market you've been looking at? Before we
Nothing much. Just honestly, just that the QYLD. I know that I like that message. So we have
yeah,
been talking about it. I like how they, just even if it's a little bit,
yeah,
you get paid on a monthly basis. So that's pretty cool.
yeah,
But just the crypto, just putting a couple of dollars here and there. That's it. Just see what comes out of it. But the newest one, like I spoke about, was Algorand too.
mhm,
Something that that I seen that FIFA, you know, the Algorand is doing the blockchain for FIFA. So, you know what I mean. It's something that I kind of put my money a little bit into, a few dollars, nothing much,
yeah.
but yeah. So I mean, just that's stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, I looked at Algorand too. The Algorand's on sale right now. The whole market's on sale. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
whole crypto market down right now. Uh, I know we're going to talk about uh, crypto.com is also going through their change as of well, it starts tonight. Tomorrow morning, we'll wake up. You'll see the new rate changes for all the different cards, the new staking rewards. Like they said before in our previous video, they came out with an update lowering all the card rewards and the benefits and stuff, and then they backtracked the next day just because the way everybody reacted, and they said they were going to move it to a shorter timeline of
Yeah.
lowering because it's not sustainable. It's really not once everybody fully gets into it. But it was a complete shock to just drop from that much to nothing, and
Yeah.
so the new changes will be taking effect. We'll probably post everything in our next video about crypto.com's new changes because that's one of the platforms we like to talk about. And I'm still going hard on the Crow coin. I still believe in. I don't think nothing's really changed with the product. With the product, I just think that we're just in a bear market right now with crypto. You look at the
yeah.
price of Bitcoin dragging every other coin down. Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, every coin is down right now. So everybody's feeling it, even me. It ain't. You it's just hard. Uh, we can give you guys a quick update about Terra Luna. I'm pretty sure everybody heard about that coin. So there's a Terra Luna with 2.0 out now. Uh, it had a good little run up. I think it's up at like $7 right now. The original, what were you guys calling it? Terra Luna Classic?
Classic, classic.
Yeah, the classic. I tell you, I told you guys I put in a little money while it was like 0.00000. Hoping that it would come up. They were trying to support the project to get it to come back up, but you know, the project is just doomed at this point. So ended up losing like $20 out of it. But before we guys move into the second subject, we're gonna take a quick break. We got to get some sponsorships. We haven't been paid in 2 weeks, so we gotta advertise a little bit.
Yeah.
So we'll be right back, you guys. Stay with us shortly. Welcome back, everybody. We're back from our break. So again, we're back on our second subject. It'd be the crypto updates. As far as what we were talking about before we left, we're talking about Terra Luna 2.0, and then the death of Terra Luna Classic. So, are you guys getting into this coin? I think I might buy a little bit since y'all talked about it. As far as like for me, um, it's something that I don't think you can load it on the MetaMask. It has its own personal wallet for that particular network. So it is some DeFi stuff similar to what we have in our MetaMask. It's just I like to kind of have all my coins on one of my wallets as far as what Terra Luna is doing. They're kind of building their own blockchain to kind of be separate from everybody else's. Um, Amelia, y'all thinking about getting into that?
I might, you know what I mean, but I mean, with everything that's happened, I guess it gave it more exposure to the new one that's coming out. So, people have heard about Terra. You know what I mean? If it wasn't before, now they've heard about it. You know, because it was something that was pretty major, and we're talking
Hmm.
about billions of dollars that got transitioned in between that.
Hmm.
So, I mean, for me, for myself, I mean, I might get something, you know, but just not today, you
Right.
know. But classic, I mean, you know, it was something that I think that, I mean, probably, I mean, I might be mistaken it, but maybe certain people lost faith in it because of it and how it, you know, it got pulled from under people. You know, we talked about rug pulls, and this might not be a rug pull because you have some big companies that took out, you know, substantial amount of you know, coins from there. But um at this point, you know, with how the market is scaring kind of people, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? So that same community from you know, the classic that became the classic now might want to build a new one, you know what I mean, a better one because they've seen what happened. So I mean, at least not today, you know what I mean. But maybe within a week, I'll see how it looks. Right now, it's at $7 and some change. So last time I checked, it was around 6. So it's going up a little bit. You know what I mean. So I mean, it depends, but you know, I might take a few days to kind of think about that one. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, that I believe Terra Luna, they're we were talking about the stable coin a couple of weeks ago. Their stable coin still hasn't reached back up to actual peg of equivalent to a US dollar. I want to say it got as low as almost like 10 cent, and it was supposed to be pegged to a dollar. So a lot of people, they think stable coins are safe. I haven't seen one. I'm especially weary of it now because I didn't know that a stable coin could drop that low. And I've seen like USDC, BUSD, drop down to like 98 cent, and then it'll kind of recover itself, but like never to that level. And I don't think anybody has experienced that. And is what made that coin drop so unique, is that it was a stable coin, the UST coin that dropped like that. And I'm sure a lot of people, if they were in that ecosystem, they had it in that stable coin, just as kind of like reserves. You don't want to have all your money inside of, just the straight up coin.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the good thing that, you know, also, I mean, you know, we talk about like you know, crypto.com, you can put your money in your fiat wallet. You know what I mean? So if you don't even want to put it inside, you know, the actual, you know, the system, you know what I
Mhm.
mean, and the blockchain or whatever the case might be, just go ahead and just leave it in your fiat wallet. You know what I mean? Just have it there whenever you want it. It's accessible if you need it right then and there, and you won't have to pay anything if you do it directly from your fiat, opposed to doing it from your credit card or your bank. You know, when your bank card, which they'll charge you just a small little portion just for doing the, you know, the transaction. So you know, if you want to leave some in your fiat wallet, it becomes a little bit better. You know, because at any given time, just go ahead and just swap, and it's
Mhm.
just, you don't pay nothing. You know what I mean? It's fast and reliable too. So you know, and the same thing goes with a Robinhood too.
Mhm.
The good thing that Robinhood, that what they do is, you know, when you put them, you know, let's say you want to put $20, they automatically kind of give it to you. You know, just go ahead, boom, $20, and then they take it from your account. You know, in a few days later. So I mean, you know, different ways to go about it. But
Yeah,
Polygon, I still put a little bit in Polygon though. You know, as slow
yeah,
as it was going.
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
put a little bit more in Chrome.
Yeah, yeah, it's on a good little steal right now. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Gerard, you getting
definitely.
in on any of this Terra Luna action at all?
I had some position the Terra just only after it crashed. Right? This is the Luna Classic.
Mhm.
I didn't have any positions there before the crash. So when everything went down south, that's when I picked up to coin, like, hoping that maybe someday, Terra Luna, now the classic, probably. But there's the 2.0, which people are, getting into it. But I just hope that the Luna Classic can still gain some steam, right? Because maybe for me, all I need is just for it to go up to maybe just up to 50 cents. And that will be a very good change from the time that I bought it, because it was at 0.0000 something, right, when I bought it.
Yeah,
So, at this point, I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen. I'm not going to be I'm not going to be buying any position in the 2.0. It's already at $7. I think that ship already because I definitely always I want to come in still really low, right? So for me, it's probably going to be more of a hold on the on the Terra Luna land. I'll be waiting to see what's going to happen. I'm not going to be buying any of them. Potentially Crow and all the other ones that have been stable. I might be, making some plays there.
Mm.
Uh, and also looking at the stock market as a whole because when things go down, it goes down right across the board. So it's always a good time to look at some good to kind of handle, and then also looking for the Amazon split that
Oh
you
yeah.
mentioned is on the 6th. So we'll see how things pan out.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of these coins like the Terra Luna 2.0. It looked like a lot of FOMO going on right now, so I'm kind of I'm gonna wait and see what happens. I don't want to get no fear of missing out or nothing like that. I don't want to be buying it at the top because I already know some people probably that bought down at one. They probably already look, oh, I need
Yeah,
to index my investment right now. With it being
yeah,
at $7, and it's still there's I don't think there's anything wrong with it going up high, but I would
absolutely.
expect those sell-offs
Now,
to start happening. People want to make profit. There's nothing wrong with that.
yeah, I do agree with you. If anybody, for any reason,
Hmm.
is thinking about getting into Terra Luna 2.0, it's best to do it now. Because you don't want to wait for it to keep going up.
Hmm.
Again, the more or the longer the longer, you know, the more opportunity that you're missing. Again, there's that fear of out. That's right. So it's always a calculated move. If
Hmm.
anybody wants to go in, you want to make sure that whatever you are putting in is something that you can afford to lose
Hmm.
because it can either go up or it can go down really quick, right? So, but for me, I'll be staying out of
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna kind of wait for it to kind of settle and level off a little bit. You know, and then
Yeah.
once they build out the coin, I want to see what they do with the ecosystem. They should have a lot of ideas behind it versus just a 2.0 coin coming out.
Yep.
They got to prove themselves. They got to go through the whole thing and they got to prove themselves again. The developers, people who own that. It has to be something behind it. I wouldn't just unless you're just trying to make a quick buck. I
Yeah.
don't think um,
And for me personally, I kind of feel like the 2.0 is a little bit too soon, too
mm,
quick. It's almost like a hasty move
mm,
in trying to recoup money.
yeah.
That's where again, it's me, right?
Mm,
This is not a general opinion. That's the way I
mm,
kind of have the opinion. They probably could have taken some time to kind of evaluate what really happened. I'm not sure for how it's necessary to kind of, to
mm,
it evaluate. I just feel like they just abandoned classic tool
yeah.
because there are still people that are really believing in that coin. I think
Mm,
they should have rebuilt that coin. Luna to Luna class or to Luna 2.0 should have been what they would have done, but
mm,
not change the name to Luna Classic, the Luna 2.0.
yeah.
To me, it's just jumping too much around, which is like a red flag.
Yeah, and for the Luna Classic, I was just reading that they were trying to increase like the slippage and the it's basically like so you sell like a couple coins, you only get like so much for it. Basically, the sell tax on it was going to be ridiculous. Hopefully, that would have discouraged people from selling. But when you're down so much, especially off like heavy losses, you're just trying to make anything. And most of the exchanges, I think some of them even restricted you
Yeah.
being able to sell it on there. And then it was only being able to be sold if you're using the DeFi wallet. And the
Mhm.
DeFi wallet, a lot of people don't. It's still hard to get people to get onto the DeFi side, understand everything with the MetaMask, and then being able to sell it on one of those, like their pancake swap equivalent of Terra Luna. So
Yeah.
that's the only places where you could have swapped out the coin for like a stable coin. But even
Mhm.
then, it was high tax, high slippage.
Yeah.
it probably wasn't even beneficial to even sell it. Just let just let it crash and burn, you know. Um,
Let it.
so so we already talked about the interest rates going up. So man, the inflation is like out of control, and all the prices of everything is still going up. So I'm looking at these markets, like I'm being kind of careful what I'm purchasing inside the stock market again, and even in crypto, because crypto, I'm scared of just buying it, because people are talking about Bitcoin is going to drop lower, the stock market could possibly drop lower with the recession. I think it's good to have a like a at least 6 months worth of savings if you can get it. Especially what's going on right now.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then Bitcoin has been holding off right now, like with the threshold of the 30K.
Yeah.
It lowered just a little bit, but it's still there at that threshold of 30K.
Mm, yep.
So I mean, that's what we gotta look at right now. How many days is it still on that same,
Mm,
you know what I mean, threshold of the 30K?
yep.
So if you see that it's a little bit longer, I mean, when you think about calculated moves, just how you said, Gerard, that could be a calculated move right there. If you're not really too feel too comfortable and putting into Luna and with everything that happened, Bitcoin is always there too. You know what I mean? Which is like the godfather of everything. So
Mm,
eventually we know. I mean, at least that's what we have in our hearts and our minds, and what we've seen so far with how it's done in the past years. We see that Bitcoin has always come back from whatever if it falls to. So if it's a calculated move instead of your Luna, I mean, Bitcoin, but of course, I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that. Do it at your own risk. You know what I mean? So whatever it is that I put, I'm risking it at any given point. Even if it's $10, I'm still risking $10. You know what I mean? That I could put in my gas right now, in my gas tank, to
yep.
get me from point A to B. So, just do your homework with that part at least. Uh, with whatever it is that you can lose or not lose, however you feel comfortable. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But Bitcoin, I mean, it's pretty low. It's pretty low.
Yep.
Even Ethereum is pretty low, 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 low. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So, I know my they have Bitcoin Cash also. That one hasn't really hasn't recovered in a while. I've noticed that one has been, man, at least probably like almost a year, probably not a year, that hasn't
Mm,
recovered at least to where it was. So
yep.
Bitcoin Cash was up there, at a
Yep.
point. So
Yep.
I'm still waiting. I'm still there. I'm just hanging on by a thread. You know
Mhm.
what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So
With Bitcoin, we basically reset back to what 2020, because it's been just kind of like hovering right there. I'm sorry, 2021. We've been hovering right there for long. So it's basically like we said last time. It's the bus coming back to pick everybody up.
yeah.
So if you want to get in, like this is probably the time, or just kind of dollar cost average yourself into it. Like there's plenty of strategies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we did have a question. Let me see what it so we did have a question from one of our folks. Gerard, you want to read
Yeah. The
this one?
question go, what's the road to recovery going to be like? Will everything come back? Good question. From my end, the road to recovery, it's unpredictable. Again, it's the market. If we are talking about the market coins, stock market, people could predict it, then it wouldn't be as, you know, as difficult to make money as it is, right? So if somebody can really predict, what the road to recovery is going to look like, then we really rally around that person and have a look at that crystal ball that they have. But, the road to recovery, things are going to come back, just like how the stock market is. It goes up. The key word here is really consistency and really trying to maintain the pressure that you might feel, right? So people just need to be patient. People need to be very strategic. People need to be very careful on what they buy, when and how they buy, right? So I believe we are going to be back to where the markets are going strong, where everything is going on as it should be. But again, from the way that I look at things, I'm a long term kind of person. I don't do short buys. I don't do very very quick trades. I mostly go for buy now and look at it maybe down the line a couple of years right after. So it's a long term play, which means that whatever is happening right now, it's just going to be temporary. But what I am more focused on really the long term, right? So I believe things are back to where they need to be, but it's just a matter. It's just a matter.
Yeah, and I believe there's that the road to recovery is going to be long. We're just having so many issues with, deliveries, getting goods and services delivered. And I try to look at most of these stocks all the time that people were buying like last year and compare to what they are now. I want to pull up one that everybody was talking about last year. Can you guys see this one pretty good? I'm gonna zoom it in. So this is RET, basically like your this is what your basket of stocks for anything innovative, like your electric vehicles, your electric chargers, electric batteries, big heavy tech companies that are brand new and ready to come out. Basically, this ETF right here was like the boss of COVID. Everybody was purchasing this stock right here. Thing kind of dipped out of nowhere like a year from. I remember seeing ARC at like $99 or like $100 back then. So let me go back one. Uh, the internet don't want to act right now, but
Hmm.
ARC was like that. ARC was at like $99 back during the height of the pandemic, the height of last year. Everybody was buying this stock. It was one of the most recommended stocks to purchase, and now it's down. I say almost 50%. I remember seeing it at 99. People were still purchasing it. Selling call options on it. I even had it at one time and I lost it, and but it has dropped considerably, from that 99 point. If you looked at it again, I think you guys might saw it was is down $65, lost at a 59% loss right now. But I do think it's going to possibly recover, or it might not. But you know, tech is
Yeah.
kind of I know it's very innovative, but it's also a very risky bet too right now because we can't get chips, can't get anything. It's hard making deliveries for all these different technologies that they're trying to base it off of. So it's all hard. Um, Miller, you think anything about the recovery? Anything you want to add to it?
I mean, I think it's everything's uncertain right now. You know what I mean? We just came out of a 2 year hiatus. Another thing is we as soon as we got out, we went into war, or I mean the war that's happening. So I mean, everything is pretty crazy right now. You know what I mean? So I would say probably, I mean, I am going to say maybe in the next 2 years we'll see a big change. We
Yep.
we, we can't wait even this year, a whole year from today. I would say even 2 more years to kind of like figure out where we're at as a country and as a world, and you know what I mean, with the stocks, the crypto, where everything stands. I mean, that's what I'm thinking right now. In the next 2 years is where we'll see a big difference. I mean, on how the comeback came. You know what I mean? But for right now, it's so uncertain because, like I said, we come back from what's happened. You know what I mean? You see what happened in Shanghai. They barely opened their doors. You have Tesla not working at a full capacity. So you got to look at everything. All these it's a small little things that make the engine work. You get what I'm saying? So without those little components, the engine's not gonna work correctly. So we're still waiting for the small little parts of the engine to kind of start running for it to kind of run as a whole. So I mean that's what we're waiting for right now. So will we have a comeback? I mean we hope so. You know what I mean? But like I said, times is so uncertain because you never know what could happen at any given time, especially what we just came through. You know what I mean? What we kind of experienced actually. Something we didn't think we'd experience, but now we did, which is the pandemic.
Yep. Well said. And yep. Expect the unexpected with this. So
Yeah.
you guys, we are coming to the end of the road right here. So sad times. But we're glad everybody has joined us again. Thank you guys for again joining us, liking, commenting, subscribe, and sharing the videos. I'm pass it over to you guys. Say any goodbyes for today. Gerard, you can go ahead.
Yeah, just thank you to everyone again that come back to join us on this our weekly episodic meeting or chat or podcast. We look forward to the episode, which is going to be next week. And thank you for liking, subscribing. Please hit the notification bell and please do share. Let us know what you're thinking by leaving the comment down below. So until then, thanks again. Look forward to meeting you guys.
Thanks much, Gerard. Emilio, what you got for?
Oh man, just want to say thank you to everybody who has tuned in. You know what I mean, and just I want to see who am I gonna see at the top. You know what I mean, because it's gonna go slow, but for surely. You know what I mean. Any small setback for a great comeback. You know what I mean. So I really I'm really like into that. You know what I mean. It's just small setbacks that we get in our lives. For a greater comeback. So that's it. That's all I'm gonna leave you guys with.
Absolutely. All right, that's everybody. That's another episode of Creative Minds. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you guys again next week. Cheers.
Take
All right. Peace.
this. Bye.